I propose a 50% tax on all foods that contain any animal products. So a $5 Big Mac would have a $2.50 tax on it, it would cost $7.50. And as predicted, the law of demand says people will buy fewer Big Macs. Now, the idea is not to make people struggle to meet their food budget. So at the same time, I also proposed providing a $500 tax credit annually, which would offset the extra costs associated with the tax. So what would happen is, in a typical year, people would spend a little more on meat, but they would also shift some of their buying to plant-based foods, and at the end of the year, the extra that they spent would be reimbursed through this tax credit. If and when a 50% tax is imposed in this country, and I do think we will tax meat at some point. 50% is kind of high, but I think we'll start taxing meat at some point in my lifetime. That tax, plus some other institutional changes that I recommend, like eliminating checkout programs, eliminating subsidies, would have the effect of reducing consumption of animal foods by about 44% in this country. That would take us back to where we were in 1950, roughly, when obesity, the rate of obesity was not 1 in 3, it was 1 in 8. There would be a lot of benefits from reducing consumption that dramatically. For example, we could save 170,000 human lives every year. We could save 26 billion land and marine animals' lives every year. We could return to its native habitat, something like 600,000 square miles of land that would no longer be needed to raise animals or the feed crops necessary to feed them. That's like twice the size of Texas. Perhaps most importantly, we would avoid emitting about 3 trillion pounds of carbon equivalent emissions every year that this tax is in effect. That would have roughly the same effect as garaging all motor vehicles and motor vessels in this country. So that's one thing we can do.